The intelligent enterprise is no longer a dream. Modern data technologies, advancements in cloud platforms, and recent developments in AI present a pivotal moment for enterprises to realize next-level intelligence, where friction is reduced and data flow is harmonized. Automation streamlines processes. AI acts as a strategic partner. Customer experiences are hyper-personalized. Innovation thrives. In the intelligent enterprise, apps, data, AI, and cloud platforms work together seamlessly across all functional areas. AI is embedded at every stage of the enterprise value chain. The speed and accuracy of knowledge creation, transmission, and integration into products, services, and operations is greatly increased. Continuous improvement is reality. A culture of innovation is emboldened, and sustainable competitive advantage is achieved. The road is clear. HCLTech Cloud Smart Industrialized Services accelerate your journey to next-level intelligence. Build and maintain a solid data foundation. Rapidly adopt cloud and continuously modernize your apps for uninterrupted transformation. Democratize AI and ML and embed everywhere. Enhance security and governance. And co-create with HCLTech Cloud Native and AI Labs to swiftly and economically build from proof of concept to production. It's time to unlock the power of your data with AI, to empower your people to make greater impact and realize next-level intelligence.
Please welcome to the stage Vice President of Cloud Smart for HCLTech, Deepak Chauhan.
Good evening, everyone. I hope you all had a fabulous day today at the conference. And thanks for joining me here today for the Erste Digital Cloud Transformation Journey. This is a session about transformation and innovation. HCLTech was selected as a strategic partner for Erste's cloud transformation program about 2 years back. And we've walked every step of this journey with them till now. We've been privileged, extremely privileged, to have them join us second year in a row at the Google Next HCL's opening session. And this is a privilege we take with a lot of responsibility. Our association with Erste Digital was on the back of our experience of delivering large and successful cloud transformation programs across several customers. And we have continued to imbibe, synthesize, adapt, adopt best practices from each of these experiences, industrializing some of the common patterns that we have seen across this transformation journey with various customers, and industrializing at the core while we innovate at the top, on the top. There are multiple focal points and pivotal points on a transformation journey. Talent, and if you would recognize, is one of the areas which any transformation is very hungry on. In the last year alone, HCL has trained 23,000 professionals on Google Cloud as a part of our global talent development. We continue to specialize in customer domains, into industry domains, and innovate and create solutions at scale. And finally, we run these migration programs, this whole industrialization that we continue to do, the modernization that we continue to do by creating accelerators and solutions. Now, I'm extremely pleased to share that we have won the Partner of the Year award 4th time successfully last evening. And we won this award across 3 categories, all the 3 categories I just spoke about. One was global talent development, second was cloud migration, and third was an industry specialization. We have some more announcements that we have made, which I won't steal the thunder away from some of, when Siki comes on board, I think she's going to talk about it. So without further ado, let me bring on the stage our privileged and esteemed guests. And I'll start with Siki Giunta. So Siki is the Executive Vice President of Cloud Smart Industry Cloud Consulting. Giannis Moustakidis, sorry, I got it. I hope I got it right. And Demyanets. Hi. So I'll do a quick background on all the three of my guests quickly before we start. Siki has led our Cloud Smart ecosystem, and she's a very accomplished person, so I don't think I'll be able to do complete justice to her profile. But she has been a CEO of 3 organizations before, has led cloud transformation offices for a number of companies, continues to lead our cloud transformation, organizational transformation programs across HCL. Siki will talk about some of the innovation that we continue to do on AI side today. Coming to Giannis, head of data architecture and data strategy. Giannis will talk about how he has helped the modernization of the data platform and contributed to the data transformation journey within Erste Digital. And finally, and not the least, coming to Demyanets. Taras leads the enterprise architecture space, and he has been a key contributor to the entire modernization program there. He heads the IT and infrastructure enterprise architecture. Also, I think, very importantly, you are an accomplished Google Cloud professional, and you bring a lot of experience in that space. So hope to hear more about that from you. Without further ado, I would like to hand it over to you, Taras and Giannis, to take the stage and talk to us about the journey at Erste Digital. I'll hand you the clicker.
Thank you very
much. That's a big responsibility, by the way.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. How are you doing? Hey. Yeah, I'm very glad to welcome all of you to our session today. I hope everybody already recovered from the jet lag. If not, I can fully feel with you. We just crossed 9 time zones between Vegas and Vienna in Austria to tell you about Cloud Journey. And as you probably know, everything that happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. But whatever happens in Vienna will come to the stage today in next 40 minutes, so be ready. But first of all, let me introduce you our bank. Erste Group is a leading retail and corporate bank in the heart of Europe. We are engaged in 7 geographically connected core markets with more than 16 million customers. We have 45,000 employees and almost 2,000 branches. Erste Group has been active in the retail business for the last 200 years. But as you probably can imagine, our data center is obviously much younger. Because we pursue a continuous journey to keep our leading positions. This journey is guided by a clear 4-pillar strategy. Financial health means that we want to provide financial advice to all our customers so they can improve their financial health. So I cannot recommend them to use the machines here in Vegas. We are also driving the green transformation, which means we want to become a financial leader in the green transformation of our region. Corporate responsibility is another pillar of our strategy. It means that we want to run our business in a way it stays operationally sustainable and profitable. And last but not least, it's a digital transformation. because we are convinced that our digital banking will gain in importance in the future. And it will be essential for the economical success on a long run. Therefore, we foster digital innovation. And the aim of this digital innovation is to digitize our banking products and our business processes end-to-end. Practically, it means that we are heavily investing into our digital platform called George, which should be a key contact point for all our 16 million customers. And two prerequisites are of particular importance to achieve it. First of all, we want to invest heavily into the data analysis because we want to understand our customers. We want to be sure that we can provide their solutions with the pinpoint accuracy. The second thing is we are trying to simplify our digital offers. And we are also trying to perfect the user journeys and apply those perfect user journeys into any products that will come next. So the digital transformation is the main reason why we are investing so heavily into our cloud journey, away from the legacy, because we genuinely believe that the future of banking is digital, and cloud will power it. I believe most of you will agree with me and with the last statement that the future of banking is digital and the cloud will empower it. It's pretty obvious. And there is also a common understanding in our organization that cloud is totally unavoidable. But which vision do we have behind this cloud transformation? Think about last year, or even this Google Next conference, which is full of AI hype. It's clear to everybody now that there is no way around continuous innovation. And we can achieve it only with the cloud capabilities. Thanks to the cloud and our teams empowered with the cloud services, we are able to foster this innovation. And at the same time, we can improve our time to market, staying at the same time secure and resilient. All the factors that I mentioned just now, they have also a direct connection to the business agility. Actually, we started our business agility journey long before cloud became a strategic program. We currently have more than 100 teams applying agile methods to improve communication between IT and business and also improve the trust between both teams. But only with the introduction of cloud technology, it got a fresh boost. And why is it so? Because cloud has this very strong IT platform thinking, which is very strong focus on automation and standardization. I've just talked about continuous innovation and business agility as two goals that we would like to achieve with our cloud program. But whatever vision your organization has, you should never, never forget the most important thing. You should enable your people. It is not important, or not that important, with cloud services you will enable, but enablement and empowerment of the people is the single most powerful factor that will have a business value for your organization. It's the reason why we created the so-called people stream together with Google and with our partners, so we can provide a learning journey for everybody, from executives to, let's say, database administrators. We created a lot of events and road shows to inform them about technology and to bring IT and business closer together, to let them work on the common target. Our managing director sees it also as a clear priority and a company goal. In the last 5 minutes, I was talking about strategy and our vision for cloud adoption. It's pretty obvious that we cannot achieve it with the legacy. We started with the modernizations actually many years ago, but only with the cloud journey, it's accelerated. It became much faster. And believe me, we will drive it even further and accelerate it even further, based on a set of values that are relevant for our organization. Therefore, Giannis, I would like to ask you to present our values and maybe mention a couple of examples.
Thank you, Taras. So, as Taras just mentioned, for our cloud journey, we have selected 6 core or key value drivers to select and qualify hundreds of solutions that we are re-platforming and re-hosting into cloud. But we're using those value drivers not only to qualify solutions that we want to re-platform or re-host, we also use them to communicate why we are actually doing this. The first value driver is foster innovation. We have now the possibility to use cutting-edge technology to provide better services and improve our products that we're offering our clients. We are reducing time to market by using infrastructure as code, Terraform, and improved CI/CD processes to deploy more often and faster innovation that we are creating. We also reach full availability and resilience. Imagine solutions that got increased importance, the non-functional requirements that have changed. We can now very easily provide disaster recovery. We also increased IT security and infrastructure security. We can now encrypt at rest and also encrypt in transit. We also increase value for money. We can now use technology that we had not had before to scale whenever we need it, to reduce costs for testing, for example, where we don't need infrastructure 24/7 available. And we also use cloud to modernize our applications. Every application is being evaluated. If we can't use better services, managed services, for example, that we can use to focus more on our clients. Before I come to our achievements of our first wave 1, I would like to also give you an example of 2 use cases that we realized in phase 1 that we use to also internally showcase what's possible with cloud. Our first solution is Credit Lab. In the corporate lending area in banking, it's incredible administrative and complex to create a corporate loan. With Vertex AI, we are now increasing the efficiency of this process. We are automating several steps and have tested this already and can already say we have made large gains. Our corporate business is very excited about that. But we also have another great service created called Digital Account Check. We can now provide information from millions and billions of records in milliseconds to, for example, provide information to our risk decision engine. We can now provide a consumer loan in less than 3 minutes to our customers. This means, thank you. This means that in 3 minutes or less than 3 minutes, that money is actually on your account. As I said before, our first wave was very successful, and those figures show it. We have improved for 60% of the applications that we moved, the security. All connections are now encrypted. We have also increased the availability, and disaster recovery is available now for 30% more of our applications. And we have improved efficiency by leveraging modern CI/CD processes. We are now deploying 90% faster. We could also realize via right-sizing savings, especially when it comes to testing. And as we had now a very successful phase one, and we learned a lot in this phase one, I can say that we are truly excited what comes next in our next phase. Thank you very much.
I hope I have figured this out now. Right. So first of all, thank you very much for sharing your journey. And those were some really, really significant achievements, given that you're only 2 years into this transformation program. I would like to start a bit of a Q&A session with maybe we'll go through some of the specific questions and questions that I'm sure the audience has on their mind. Now, all this doesn't come easy, right? I mean, the transformation programs and the number of failing transformations that we see across and we hear stories about. What is the most challenging aspect of cloud transformation journey that you've seen? And the possibly three things that companies should do to address these challenges. I'll start with you, Jiannis, and let's hear from you.
Thank you. Actually, there are much more than just 3 challenges, but if you insist on reducing just to 3, I would say the first and the most important one is just to manage expectations between business and IT properly. Yeah. Because if you are not smart in managing the expectations, you might destroy the you might lose motivation kill the motivation of the of the teams with high motivation, and at the same time you can also scare business owners who were potentially eager to participate in the cloud journey, but they will hide behind some issues because they are not sure. The second issue that is really important is you should really take time to build the things up. You cannot simply do it quickly on a short notice because you need to invest a lot into the platform, into the target operation model, even build simple things like knowledge exchange between different teams. It all takes time. And the last, I think, most important issue, you don't need to expect really quick wins. It's very difficult to transform organization in a short notice. You might really run into a danger zone that even people verbally on your side, they might still be applying old practices and principles. So here we really need to be smart.
Thank you. And Siki, would you like to add to that?
I think in any transformation, the element that is most critical is actually people. Because in the long run, as much as we automate or create runbook and we can have patterns and everything, the people-to-people communication, the fact that the internal people, the providers people, even the cloud providers, they all are on the same goal and they all have a common operating model. And creating, we did, many workshops at Erste to get everybody in the same page, and everybody from, the CEO down, I think learned something out. But at the end of it, everybody was committed to the same success, and everybody was happy to be able to voice their, concern and manage the expectations, as you said.
So great points, having a single committed goal, managing expectations carefully. Coming to the next question, and we see this a lot now, mostly in the current economic kind of turmoil that we're seeing across economies. The justification of cloud transformation program is not very straightforward. We'd like to hear from you, Jiannis, your experiences of how you justify cloud transformation programs to the internal board and the CFO.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you for the question. Actually, cloud transformation is always one of the most expensive, biggest investments that any organization undergoes and undertakes. However, as I mentioned before in my talk, actually we undergo, digital transformation is one of the strategical goals of our organization. So it's clear for us that we need to undergo this journey to perform the digital transformation. The only thing that we need to try to achieve is to choose the right approach. Because for sure you can go in small chunks. You can start small and go in small incremental steps. But we believe this is not the best approach to do. And there are two reasons for this. So first of all, if you want to be successful you need to start big, because at some point some economy of scale effects will kick in. And if you do it with big, and in this case you can do your project with bigger partners like Google, like HCL, and it will help you to achieve more. And you definitely need to achieve more, because as I mentioned before, you need to take time, you need to start big, because you have so many tasks in front of you. You need to set up the platform, you need to set up the processes, so there is no way to do it in small scale. So I would say our CFOs are supporting us, and we are persuading them to go for big digital transformation.
Siki, your comments, please.
I think we do a lot of ROI, and I think at the beginning of cloud transformation, cost was one of the most important value drivers. We actually realized that over the time, there are other value drivers that sustain the project. Sometimes they're not all very clear to the CFO, and sometimes they're hard to manage, like we will accelerate entering a country. That's actually fairly demonstrable. But we will sell more loans. That's another intangible sometimes. I think that the technology has evolved a lot, but the most important thing is that it's sometimes very clear to us as technologists. We have to make it clear to the CFO office and work in their rhythms. We cannot just start a transformation office, required investment, whatever. It has to be part of the entire financial planning of the company, because as you said, Taras, is an investment. And the other thing is that there are ways to have a return on investment without actually not getting the benefits. So at the beginning of life, we did a lot of lift and shifts. And now we realize that, that's not the best investment. So in the last, 7 years, 8 years, we actually going slower, but looking more for modernization that can bring true return on investment.
And so just to summarize, I think some of the points that you made about not everything's going to be apparent, but you have to look at avenues of finding the justification, and there are ways of justifying just beyond the normal velocity. And you spoke, Zaros, very emphatically about the fact that you need to take your time once you planned it, put a high velocity partner, who understands and who's done this before, and you try to sort of scale it up and go full commitment. Actually, on the point where you left it, Siki, is an interesting point about in the current existing economic environment. Again, there's an increased value on the modernization programs and the value attached to the modernization programs. As we've seen that modernization programs can keep spawning on and on, but it's very hard to define what value is it bringing. So, and this question is going to be to you, Giannis, because you have been involved in the modernization journey quite intimately. What do you think are the key parameters, or should be the key parameters, for measuring the success of such modernization programs?
Thank you. I've shown a few nice parameters on the slide, some achievements that we have achieved now in the phase 1. But what really matters is the customer experiences that we create, how we are supporting our business, our customers externally and internally. And I think what was a great success is, for example, the example that I explained before, our credit lab, where the business started to drive innovation. I think that's a very nice achievement already for our cloud journey.
So clearly, business driven by business outcomes, and what you just spoke about was a really outstanding business, where the credit time is shrunk to under 8 minutes or something like that, right? So that's really great. So I wanted to bring the next question to you, Siki, because I think wherever we go, we speak about AI, Gen AI, and almost everybody is curious what HCL is bringing to the table on that, and plus generally what do you see? I would like to get your thoughts on Gen AI specifically in the banking and financial sector now that Erste Bank is here amongst us, and any experiences that you would like to share.
So if we thought about a year ago, a lot of people would say, Gen AI is going to take a long time to value. But actually, it is one of the fastest technology trend we have. We started with POCs, and we didn't know how to really have a return on that investment. And today, we start to seeing important in production, like the example that you had yourself for your loan systems, to prove the business why Gen AI is important. In banking, I think the data and security, because Gen AI is all about data. And where is the data? Especially when in a bank where you are in 16 countries, data has to reside in that country. How you mine that data, how you can make it, I think it's still something that we are navigating to, but there is an analyst that says that Gen AI will be done by 2026. I think that will be, in a year, we'll be here again, and we'll have production systems, we will have business transformations, and I think that we would have resolved a lot of the issue. The speed of this technology adoption is I think, one of the most fascinating part of Gen AI. Taras, what do you think?
Yeah, so first of all, you shouldn't forget that banks, especially in Europe, are working in a heavily regulated environment. And AI is not different from, and you also know most probably that new EU regulation on the AI Act has been adopted, so it doesn't make our regulatory framework any simpler in reality. So that means we are approaching this topic very carefully to comply with the law. And we already see some really cool practical applications for the technology. Our developers really like generating code. We can generate synthetic data to comply with other regulations like data protection. And that means effectively that we are in a learning phase just at the moment. Yeah. So we are playing with the technology. We try to understand its potential and its limits, and we believe in its potential so we can deploy it in a very responsible way.
So it's moving at a very exponential pace, but the adoption is limited by the kind of regulation that's kind of, it has to meet halfway. Yeah. Absolutely. And I think I'll go with a question to all of you and to get your thoughts. And it's rather a broad question. How do you leverage technology in general to accelerate innovation in your organization? I'll start with you, Giannis.
We have very nice examples, several of them with, as I mentioned before, infrastructure as code. We can support innovative teams with infrastructure very fast now. When it comes to data, we're using Gen AI, as you mentioned, to create synthetic data so we can address bias and privacy concerns. But we are also using tech for simple things. We are a company that works in a very distributed environment. We're in many, many different countries. And I also have 2 teams in different countries. And I'm using, for example, Microsoft Teams to collaborate. It's unthinkable anymore without such things. And also virtual whiteboards.
right? The classic white wood never goes out of fashion.
Yes.
Taras, maybe from you.
Yeah, I actually touched it in my talk already. So I would say the biggest effect of technology in cloud is that we can accelerate innovation, first of all. It was not possible before with the legacy. And we are not only accelerating technology, we are also improving our time to market. So combining those two strengths is actually the key success factor for our cloud adoption journey.
Absolutely. Siki, closing comments, closing thoughts?
So I would like to share some experience that we had in the last year, especially on GenAI. It's very clear when an organization needs to be ready in cloud before moving to full adoption of GenAI, understanding cloud services, how you compose architectures, how you have data and where is residency. Sometimes we are a little bit too enthusiastic to say, I'm just going to jump this and I'm going straight to GenAI. And I think it is a little bit of a rite to passage. A good organization that has a good cloud operating model, good discipline, DevOps environments, agile delivery, and building of products. GenAI is just an extension of the things that they do. I think that what we're seeing today is that you have to have some good grounding of technology, good partners. Again, you can't do anything in technology without partners today. We work very well together. We take advantage of all the Google platforms. So it's how you build this Rubik cube on building on other people's technology, on other partners, and as well, understanding that technology evolutions and innovation has steps that it need to be done. The last thing I just want to repeat is innovation is made up by people again. If the people and the company have an innovation mentality, they will always try the innovative version of what they want to build. But it comes from the top, and we know that, for instance, David is very committed to a transformation and innovation organizations, and I think it drives a lot, what you guys are trying to achieve on your digital transformation.
I think that covers a lot of topics. I think you spoke about innovation, the necessity of having the right sponsorship at the top, people-centric innovation. You spoke about the pragmatic steps that you need to take for getting to innovation. Don't just do a quantum leap on technology, use technology in all its bits. I think that kind of summarizes most of what we have done. So thank you very much for that. I don't think we have time left for question, unfortunately. But thank you very much, Taras, Giannis, for coming all the way from Austria. And I must also mention that Christoph Helm, who's the CIO who joined us last year as well, was supposed to join this session. Unfortunately, he had a personal exigency, serious set of circumstances. Our thoughts are with him. Could not join this session. So for those who were looking for him to join, thank you very much, Siki, for your thoughts and experiences as always. And thank you very much for being here with us, and hope you enjoyed the session.
Thank you.
Thank you.